Hey everyone, I am Laimika Gomez, and here I'm gonna share my thoughts and reflection about the indigenous people. So firstly is when I first thought about the word Katutubo, I honestly believe it simply means the original people of the Philippines. It sounded straightforward, those who were here first, long before the colonization and the modernization. But after taking a time to learn more, I realized that the meaning is far more complex and meaningful than I originally thought. Being being indigenous isn't just about being here the longest. It's about identity, community, and a deep way of life that is closely connected to the land. So indigenous people are not only tied to their territories physically, but also spiritually and culturally. So their tradition, beliefs, and practices are deeply rooted in the nature and in their ancestor, creating a worldview that emphasizes balance, respect, and sustainability. So this perspective is something I find admirable, especially today when people are becoming disconnected from the environment. What also struck me is the importance of self identification. Indigenous groups have the right to define themselves based on their shared history, language, and culture. For me, this makes perfect sense because no one else should dictate who they are or deny their existence. Identity is personal and collective at the same time, and only the people living it can truly what it means. I can truly say what it means. So this made me reflect on how society often label groups without listening to their own voices and how important it is to respect their self-determination. On the legal side, I learned about the Indigenous People Rights Act or the IPRA, which provides a framework for recognizing and protecting indigenous rights. Knowing that there's a law specially for them is reassuring, but it also made me realize that recognition on paper doesn't always translate to real change. Despite having enriched in law, many indigenous communities still experience land grabbing, marginalization, and poverty. So in fact, I was shocked to learn that the large percentage of indigenous peoples worldwide live in poverty. It's a painful reminder that systematic inequalities remain strong and that simply declaring rights is not enough. Those rights must be actively upheld and enforced. So, reflecting on this, I realized that being indigenous is not just about being native or a different. It's about preserving culture, protecting ancestral lands, and keeping alive centuries of wisdom that continue to shape who we are as Filipinos. It's also about resilience, about continuing to fight for identity and rights in society that often overlooks them. Indigenous people are not just a part of our past, they are an important part of our present and future. And learning about them gave me a deeper appreciation for the Philippines' diversity. Our nation is not just made up of one culture or one identity. It's a mosaic of many different peoples, languages, and traditions, and indigenous groups are the heart of that richness. Understanding them better means understanding ourselves better as Filipinos.